Today in the Boot Guide, we are looking at the Grafton by TERRA Footwear. So stick around to the end of the video and I'm going to talk about some key points that make direct attach boots much more comfortable for an all-day work environment than a welted boot, depending on your job. So let's point out the finer points on the Grafton. So first and foremost, it's a full 6-inch boot that is all leather. It's a full leather upper, so you're going to get a very dependable, durable work boot when it comes to the industrial type situations that this boot was built for. Now, since TERRA is a Canadian company and all of the Canadian boots out there that are built for industrial work and just work in general are puncture resistant, the Grafton's no different. It has a puncture resistant footbed, which is something we don't get much in the States, but there is an advantage to having a puncture resistant footbed, especially if you're buying a boot like this for demo work. Now, it is an electrical shock resistant boot, which is really nice, going back to the whole demo thing and just the whole industrial type work environment. Having a boot that is electrical shock resistant just really helps out with the peace of mind you get when you're purchasing heavy duty boots like this. Now, the sole is a heavy duty rubber outsole with a wonderful tread pattern for the industrial environment. Now, that's not necessarily out in the mud, out in the dirt, out in the sand. It is a general type tread pattern. So you're going to get great traction inside, you're going to get great traction outside. Now, this rubber sole has a direct injected polyurethane midsole, and that's where the comfort for a boot like this is coming from. You got to remember, it's comptoe. Got to remember, it's puncture resistant. So it's got a lot of things going on that are already going to make the boot heavy. It's a full grain leather upper. Full grain leather boots, when you're not putting any nylon into them, they really become heavy. The boots that are basically built from multiple pieces of lightweight leather and nylon. Since it's a full leather boot, it's going to have some bulk and weight to it, but it's not the bulk and weight that's going to make the boot uncomfortable. It's the midsole and the rubber outsole that's going to make the boot really comfortable. Now, that rubber outsole is heat and slip resistant. Heat resistant is really important. Remember, if we're talking about a demo boot, if we're talking about an industrial boot, you never know what you're going to come in contact with, especially if you're going from job to job. So having something that's dependable and durable all built into one, plus being comfortable. Now, the boot is waterproof, and when we open it up, we see it has a gusseted tongue and a waterproof membrane built in. Now, it's a full-footed waterproof membrane, so that means it goes all the way around your foot. It starts there at the gusseted tongue and goes all the way to the vamp, all the way around, so you can stand in water with a boot like this. Now, the inner liner is a cambrel liner, which is treated with a material called clean feet, which is going to help prevent the stinky foot thing that we all get as guys wearing our industrial boots around, sweating in them, getting them wet, getting them dirty, getting stuff on our boots that we really should never get on our boots. The clean feet is going to help eliminate the odors before they start. Now, I'm not going to say it's going to last the life of the boot. You'll probably get a couple really good months out of it, but like most things that are treated and added to materials, eventually with flexing, wearing, and just the pure use, the pure hours you're going to put into a boot like this, it's eventually going to wear away. But for those few months, at least it's one thing you don't have to worry about, is taking off your boots and having them smell like old cheese or wet rags. Now, deep inside, you're going to find a basic PU, polyurethane insole. Nothing to write home about, kind of thin, kind of floppy. But remember, the comfort's not coming from the insole like a lot of companies do. The comfort's coming from the actual sole material and the midsole material. So something like this can be pulled out and you can put in something that you really like, or just rock and roll with this because it's not that bad. Size and fit on the Grafton, well, it's a very general fitting boot. It's not something that you can tailor your fit to. So when you put these on, when you're buying these, make sure to try on your size and a size below and a size above, just so you can find that right size. If you're lucky enough to be in the half size place, like in a 9.5 or 10.5 or an 11.5, try half sizes as you move up and through your sizes. Now remember, when you're trying these on, whether it's in a store or on a shoe truck, or if you're ordering them online, to try them on with the work socks that you wear every day. Make sure you always do that when you're trying on your work shoes. All right, so now about the comfort and the flexibility and all that goes into a direct attach boot. Now I feel in a work industrial setting that boots that are built like this, boots that the upper is directly attached to the sole, is a much more comfortable boot for an all-day 12 to 15-hour shift than something that is welted. Though they don't last as long as welted boots and you can't replace the soles. But when you're working long hours like that, when you're putting in that time and energy, it seems to make a little bit more sense to have something that's going to be comfortable for the life of the boot than something that you have to break in and get broken into your foot. And by the time it's at that sweet spot, at that 1 year to that 1.5 year mark, you're ready to either take the soles off, send them off, and do something else with them. At least with something like this, a boot like the Grafton that is a direct attach sole, once you find your size and once you find that perfect fit, that every single pair is going to fit the same from size to size and from boot to boot. So that's the waterproof comptoe Grafton from TERRA Footwear. Hey, if you're currently wearing anything from the TERRA Footwear company, or if you are wearing the Grafton, please comment below and let guys know what you think about the sole, the midsole, and just the pure comfort of the boot. Hey, if you want to know more about the Grafton, or if you want to see some detailed photos inside the boot, plus a breakdown on the comptoe and the puncture resistant plate, swing by thebootguy.com. There I'll have a blog posting titled The Grafton with all that information compiled into that one posting. Hey, please don't forget to hit my subscribe button below. It really helps out. Remember, if you're on Instagram or Twitter all week long, I find interesting boots like the Grafton here. I take some photos, I put them out there so we can talk about them. Hey, if you're about to order a pair of these online and you got questions about size and fit and just the right environment of where you're going to be using it, feel free to shoot me over an email and see if I can't help you make that decision. All right, until the next time, I'm the Boot Guy. Thanks a lot for watching.